Okay, good evening. My name is Fred Gishuki. For those who don't know me, Fred is an entrepreneur in the wellness space. Today, we are going to have a very interesting discussion about diabetes. And we have a special guest speaker who is coming to talk to us all the way from Uganda. And this is a gentleman who has also been in the wellness space for quite some time, and he has registered quite a lot of success in it, especially in assisting people to live a longer and a healthier life. So, and the topic for today is diabetes. This is an issue that has become very prevalent today amongst many people. And several developments that have taken place of late show that this problem or this disease is becoming more and more prevalent. And it is now going and affecting even the youth in the society. And you're going to look at why does it do that. For the longest, we've always thought of diabetes as a problem for the old people in the society, the mature and the aged. But it is increasingly affecting even our children and now going up to the youth and even the adults, as it were. So we are going to look at all this and see how can we prevent ourselves from getting diabetes? If you already have it, how can you be able to manage it? And what solutions or what interventions do we have in our company that can actually help you to manage this condition and outgrow it, so to speak. So, so I'm going to get started. So I just want to confirm, Clement, can you see my slides?
I can see it very well.
Fantastic. So what is diabetes and what happens in your body when we say somebody has diabetes? Now, diabetes means too much sugar. It can be too much sugar. And sugar comes from lots of different fruits. Actually, most of the foods we eat will give your body some bit of sugar. And it's basically used by your body for energy. Your pancreas makes insulin, which helps the body to use as sugar. Now, without the right amount of insulin, then you get into problems as far as sugar is concerned in the body. Now, if you have too much or not enough sugar in your blood, then you find that a problem arises. Now, if you don't have enough insulin in the body, then the problem arises whereby you may have excess sugar in the blood, or you may have too little sugar in the blood. And either way, you start getting towards a problem where diabetes is concerned. Now, the bodies need just the right amount of glucose and insulin balance so that you can be able to function normally and you don't get into diabetes or pre-diabetes like we are going to talk about today. Now, there are three types of diabetes. Type 1 is actually caused by autoimmune diseases. Most of the causes are unknown. It cannot be prevented and usually occurs in children. Now, it requires that the person take insulin every day to control blood glucose in the body. That's the type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes. And this one is actually the one that really affects most adults. And many risk factors that may increase your chances of developing type 2 diabetes. We are going to look at that and what causes type 2 diabetes and how can you be able to prevent yourself from getting type 2 diabetes. Now, the good news is that there are things you can do to prevent it. So you can actually prevent yourself from getting type 2 diabetes. Then the other form of diabetes is what we call gestational diabetes. Now, this one occurs in pregnant women, and gestational diabetes can be harmful to both the baby and the mother. And let's get into it and see what causes this diabetes. What is the problem? How does it happen? Now, an alarming statistic here. The incidence of type 2 diabetes amongst kids is rising. Remember, type 2 diabetes comes because of mainly the lifestyle, the eating habits, and that kind of thing. And to say that it is rising amongst kids tells us one thing, that we are feeding our kids the wrong foods. We are giving them the wrong foods, which is very unfair, really, because our parents gave us the right food and we grew up to be very healthy. But for our kids, we are giving them foods that we know very well will actually give them problems later in life. And we're doing that in the pretext of loving them and giving them what you didn't get when you were kids. And yet you know very well that whatever we are giving them, the sausages, the chips, whatever, on a daily basis is actually harming them. The number of newly diagnosed cases of type 2 diabetes amongst children has grown from less than 5% in 1994 to about 20% in recent years. Nearly 1 out of 5 children in America are overweight and obese, and that is actually happening here in Kenya. Diabetes has also affected the youth and of course adults. Adults, we know that have been quite affected by type 2 diabetes. But when you look at the youth, 1 in 5 people with diabetes don't know they have it. And this is the sad part. Are you aware? Do you know whether you have diabetes or not? When did you last take a check? When did you go for a checkup to check your sugar levels? This happens in everybody, 1 out of 5. Whether you are a youth, whether you're an adult, you need to go and check and see what is your status as far as diabetes is concerned. But you're going to look at some of the symptoms that will indicate that you may be having diabetes or that you could be pre-diabetic. Now, what are some of the causes of diabetes? Now, we are going to look at them for children, and we're also going to look at it for adults as far as diabetes is concerned. Now, when you look at the causes of diabetes, they did a research and they found that there are some races or there are some people who are more predisposed towards diabetes. Now, if you're Hispanic, African, American, Native Alaska, Asian American, Pacific Islander, you're at risk of diabetes. Yeah, so just by being in that race, being an African, you have a high risk of getting type 2 diabetes. Now, family history of type 2 diabetes. If your parents or ancestors had diabetes, then you run a risk of getting diabetes yourself. So you have to be extra careful. If somebody in your family has ever had diabetes, whether it's your father or your grandparents, then an uncle or an aunt, then you need to be more alive to the fact that you can also get diabetes yourself. Now, a pregnant woman with diabetes mellitus or developing gestational diabetes, which is a diabetes that developed during pregnancy, can actually affect the child during childbirth. So if a baby is born overweight, that can also bring that problem. If your child is overweight, lack of physical activity, this applies both to children and adults. If you're overweight as an adult, you run the risk of getting diabetes. If your child is not getting enough physical activity, you also run the risk of diabetes. Gladys, you raised your hand. Is there anything that you'd like to tell me? Can you see my slides? I made you a co-host, so you can be able to just unmute yourself and say something. Okay, so lack of physical activity, damage or removal of the pancreas also affects. Some medicines might also trigger diabetes. Then we also talked about eating the wrong foods, eating a lot of junk, hormonal diseases, we talked about that. Then eating very small amounts of healthy food. If you're junking all the time, if you're eating small bites, biscuit here, cake here, burger here, that kind of stuff, and you're not giving your child enough healthy food, then that child runs the risk of getting diabetes. And here is a summary of some of the causes of diabetes. A sedentary lifestyle. You drive to work, you park your car, you get into the office, you sit the whole day. In the evening, you get back in your car, you drive back home. Or if you're not driving, you take a vehicle to work, take a boda to the bus stop, go to work, sit the whole day, then get back and take a boda again. As in, you're not doing any kind of physical activity, any kind of strenuous activity, then you actually run a very high risk of getting diabetes. Excess foods, eating foods in very large amounts. You need to control your portions. Very, very important, so that you don't live to eat, you eat to live. Yeah, so take care of the portions that you're eating. Then obesity will also contribute to the chances of getting diabetes. Living a highly stressful lifestyle, especially if you're in a very senior position, or you have a lot of responsibility, or you have something that really is bugging your life. If you have a lot of stress, then you run a risk of getting diabetes. So you need to manage your stress. You need to take times to relax. You need to actually take a break or take a chill pill, relax a little bit. Then family history of diabetes, like we saw earlier, can actually cause diabetes. Then also increasing age, that could be a contributory factors where diabetes is concerned. So moving on, this is just an illustration of some of the causes of diabetes. And if you're always feeling tired, suddenly you're always tired. If you're urinating frequently, that could indicate that you're either pre-diabetic or you're getting to become diabetic. Sudden weight loss, whereby you actually just suddenly lose a lot of weight within a short span of time. That could also indicate that you could be becoming diabetic. If you get a wound that is not healing, then you could be getting to become diabetic. Yesterday, I was talking to a lady that has had a bout of diabetes for the longest. And she was telling me that one of the symptoms that came is one time she got an injury on her toe, and the whole leg became black. And that's when she rushed, and they got to find out that she actually had diabetes. So if you have a wound that is not healing, then that could indicate that you are getting to be diabetic. Sexual problems, if you're not functioning as a man, if you lose interest, or you're getting some impotence there, maybe that could be a reason or something to indicate that you could be becoming diabetic. If you're always hungry, if you're eating and you don't seem to get satisfied, you're always hungry all the time, that could also indicate that you're becoming diabetic. Blurry vision, tingling of hands and feet, or numbness on the hands and feet. I'm sure we all know about the diabetic foot. When you get that numbness, that could indicate that you're actually becoming diabetes. Always thirsty all the time, drinking water, and you're not getting satisfied. That also could be a problem. Then vaginal infections, that can also indicate that you are getting to be diabetic. And it's important to go in for the checkup and get to check your sugar levels. If you see any of these symptoms, just to rule out diabetes and to take corrective measures. And we are now going to see, briefly, we are going to see the diet, or what you need to do in your diet so that you can be able to prevent yourself from getting diabetes. Now, what are some of the complications that arise because of diabetes? There's the eye disease, we call it diabetic retinopathy, or glaucoma or cataract. This can be as a result of diabetes. Renal failure, diabetic foot, nerve disease, arteriosclerosis, heart damage, stroke, and brain damage. So these are some of the problems or some of the complications that can occur and do occur in case you are diabetic. Now, let's move on and see How do you prevent diabetes? How do you prevent diabetes? And how do you manage it if you already have it? And now we are going to look at some of the interventions, some of the nutritional interventions that you can take that can actually be able to help you to deal with, especially type 2 diabetes. And right off the bat, you need to limit sugary drinks because you see, something like soda, 300 ml has 8 tablespoons of sugar. Surely, when you're taking 300 ml and putting 8 tablespoons of sugar, you are asking for a problem right there. And I was just sharing the other day with my daughter, and she was telling me that children in school are heaping a whole glass of, you take a glass and 3/4 is sugar, and then you put a bit of tea, you stir it, and that's your drink. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster right there. So we need to educate our family, we need to educate our children, we need to educate our school-going age children, the importance of limiting the amount of sugar that we are taking on a daily basis in our drinks. Then eat more fruits and vegetables, very, very important. Limit high-calorie foods, cut out the junk as much as possible. Avoid the junk like the plague, because that is asking for trouble. Then make physical activity fun. Do some physical activity, exercise. Very, very important. And more importantly, get the whole family involved. Keep it positive, take small steps, and just keep it fun and enjoyable. So let's look at the diet. Let's look at our lifestyle and see what do we need to do to avoid diabetes or to manage it. The first thing is 3 things that influence your health, and that is exercise, diet, and rest. These are very, very important, and they have to happen in the right way. Now, 3 times a week, you need to exercise for 15 to 20 minutes. They say that you need to feel your heart pumping. If your heart is pumping for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, then it means that it is fixing most of the problems that are there in your body. So you have to keep your heart moving all the time so that you can be assured that you will avoid some of these lifestyle diseases. Then rest. You need to sleep 6 to 8 hours daily. Take a moment to unwind, take a moment to relax, and just enjoy life. Like they say, it's not too serious. There's somebody who say that, I mean, you don't get out of life alive, so why take it too seriously? Take a chill pill, take some time to rest, allow your body to rejuvenate itself so that the next day you are fresh and you're able to meet the day's challenges. Now, food can either make or break us, and we have decisions to make on a daily basis. When you walk into the restaurant, what do you order? That is the moment of reality. What do you order? You can see the lady there has 2 choices. She can either go the right way or the left way. The right way, she will get into very good food, fruits, vegetables, the like. The left way are the junks. And for me, I normally say, if you're eating something which is sweet to your mouth, then you know it is causing problems in your body, unless it's a fruit. But anything else that you eat which is actually yummy and nice, tasting very nice, then just know that you could be causing some problems as far as your body is concerned. So these are 3 very important things that you need to consider, that you need to look at, not only to avoid diabetes, but also to avoid disease by itself, especially lifestyle diseases. Now, WHO tells us something. A healthy lifestyle can prevent up to 58% of type 2 diabetes cases. So just bear that in mind, that the lifestyle you live, if you make it healthy, if you cut out the sugars in your body, if you cut out the junk in your body, then, and you exercise and you rest enough, then you are less likely to get diabetes. Early detection and is also very, very important in actually controlling and preventing diabetes. Okay. So the reality is this: we don't eat right. If you look at the pyramid on the left, it shows you how we eat. The pyramid on the right shows you the way we are supposed to eat. And according to WHO, We are not supposed to have a lot of physical activity. We need to control our weight. Then we need to eat a lot of whole grains, a lot of fruits and vegetables. They say 9 different types of fruits and vegetables daily. Reduce the amount of meat. They say the rule of the thumb is this: eat your weight in proteins every day. If you're 50 kilos, your maximum should be 50 grams, yeah, of protein in a day, especially red meat. So always remember that, so that you don't go beyond what you're supposed to be doing. Not taking a quarter kilo and eating by yourself. That will do more damage than good in your body. Then reduce the amount of fat and sugar in your body. A teaspoon of fat and a teaspoon of sugar is sufficient for your body. Now, like we have said, we are eating the other way around, a lot of fats and sugars. We eat too much protein, very little fruits and vegetables, very little, if any, whole grains in our diet, then minimal physical activity. And that's how we live. And what is the solution for that? And that's where our company came in, NeoLife International. According to WHO prediction, they said that by 2020, chronic disease will account for almost 3 out of every 4 deaths worldwide. We are talking about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, respiratory disease, obesity. And our company is focused, NeoLife, on reversing the trend of disease, especially lifestyle diseases. And we have our founder, Jerry Brasfield, who also had a lifestyle disease. He had asthma. He used the NeoLife products. They worked for him, ended up being a distributor, and eventually became the owner of the company. And Jerry Brasfield partnered with the Scientific Advisory Board, which is led by Dr. Arthur Fast, the gentleman you can see right there, late Dr. Arthur Fast, who put together the Scientific Advisory Board. These are scientists who put their reputation on the line, and they say that the NeoLife products are healthy, they are safe, and they do what they promise to do. In fact, we are so confident about our products, we put a money back guarantee behind the receipt that if you use a product, it doesn't meet your standard, it doesn't work to what you're expecting it to be, you can actually return it for a refund or a replacement. That tells you that you're confident about the products of NeoLife. Now, what is the solution as far as sorting out your pyramid is concerned? The solution is a product we call Pro Vitality Plus. Pro Vitality Plus. Now, Pro Vitality Plus has 4 very exciting products in it. It has threonine. Threonine will help with the whole grain. It will sort out the problem of the whole grain. It gives you lipids and sterols. It has carotenoid complex, which has 18 different types of fruits and vegetables. It has omega-3 salmon oils, which will actually give you the good fat that you need, that will actually help to fight off the cholesterol from your body, and some protein right there. Then you have the multi, which is a mineral supplement, which will give you enzymes, vitamins, and the like. So when you take Pro Vitality Plus, it gives you a lot of energy, protects your body, gives you an increased immunity, and you actually feel very, very good. Now, let's get into the specific products for diabetes. Pro Vitality is the base, and Pro Vitality is for all diseases or for just staying healthy. Everybody needs Pro Vitality, regardless of whatever condition you're in. But next, now specifically for diabetes, some of the products that will actually help you with diabetes are: number 1, fiber tablets. Now, what does fiber do? Fiber, by the way, our fiber is made from both plant and fruit fiber. And what does it do? Now, it helps reduce the speed at which refined carbohydrates are absorbed into the bloodstream. And this regulates the function of the pancreas. So you don't want to load too much sugar into your bloodstream very, very fast. Fiber will help you to reduce that. Now, it contributes to a pleasant feeling of fullness. So you find that it actually makes you eat less. So it helps you to reduce your portions. Then it also regulates intestinal function. It holds the food together so that it moves down the system. Most people who suffer constipation and gas and all that, usually it's because of very little fiber in the diet, yeah? And our fiber tablets will actually do that for you. Something else about fiber tablets is that it sieves 80% of sugar from blood. So when you take a fiber tablet, you're sieving 80% of sugar from blood. So this is a must as far as diabetes is concerned. And you find that many people are told to eat cornflakes and Weetabix, basically because they are rich in fiber and they actually help to sieve the sugar from the blood. So that's the number one product. Second product on the line is called CoQ10. CoQ10. Now, CoQ10 has quite a number of benefits in the body. It helps to improve your heart and sugar regulation in the body. It assists and prevents cancer, and it also reduces the frequency of migraine. But to be specific, where diabetes is concerned, CoQ10 actually helps your internal organs to function. We are talking about your kidney, your pancreas, your brain, your heart, all your vital organs in the body will actually be, it's like the engine. It starts up your organs and fine-tunes them and makes sure that your organs are functioning properly. And as we saw earlier, if your pancreas is not doing its job properly, then you'll have less insulin in the body, and that might lead to a problem with diabetes. So when you take CoQ10, then it ensures that your pancreas is functioning at tip-top. Or if it had stopped functioning, then it triggers it back to action. So it's a very, very exciting product that we have right there. The other product we have is chelated zinc. Chelated zinc has so many benefits. Prostate gland function, clearing ulcers in your body. It heals ulcers, wounds, acne, relieves colds. In fact, the main active ingredients in cough syrups is actually zinc, but it's a synthetic form of zinc. Our zinc is natural, is organic, and made from the foods that we eat. Then we have, it also helps you with flus and viruses, and also prevents you from diabetes. Now, what you'll find is that the insulin that one is given in hospital, more than 80% of that insulin consists of zinc. Zinc is the main constituent of the insulin that you get from the hospital. So that tells you that zinc plays a big, big role as far as metabolism of sugar in the body is concerned. And that is why now we give you zinc, which is a natural form of zinc made from fruits and vegetables. And when you take this zinc, then it actually helps your body to start breaking down sugar naturally. And as you keep taking this program, if you take your fiber, your zinc, your Pro Vitality, your CoQ10, then you find that gradually you will need less and less of the insulin that the doctor is giving you. And eventually you might even stop using the insulin 100%. Now, recently we got a new addition to our product line from NeoLife, an amazing, amazing product called Botanical Balance. Now, Botanical Balance is the only product that we have which is specifically meant to balance the amount of glucose in your body. And it actually uses some very interesting ingredients that you can actually today start using in your house. We are talking about curcumin. Curcumin is freely available. You can buy it from any supermarket. Cinnamon is also available very easily. Turmeric fresh, turmeric or ground turmeric is available all over. These three are the key components of Botanical. Of course, there are others, but these are the key ones. And what do they do? What does curcumin do? It manages glucose uptake. Cinnamon optimizes insulin uptake, and turmeric maximizes insulin receptor function. So you see, they work together and they actually help to balance glucose in your body. So these are fantastic products. It's an addition from NeoLife. It's brand new and it's doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And what you can do immediately is start putting these herbs in your food. I am a fan of these herbs. I take them a lot. They are just amazing. They make your food look good. They prevent you from getting cancer and so many other problems in the body. You just need to start including these herbs in your food ASAP so that you can now start preventing yourself from getting diabetes. 4 tablets a day might help minimize your chances of becoming one of the 463 million people who are living in diabetes. So invest in Botanical Balance. It's an amazing, amazing product. Now, another product that is key for diabetes is the NeoLife Shake. Now, NeoLife Shake has ingredients that are very, very exciting. Number one, we have fiber in it, so it controls the amount of sugar in the body because of the fiber. It has lipotropic factors in it, which helps to burn bad cholesterol in the body. We talked about weight management. We talked about obesity and diabetes. It helps you to burn some kilos in case you're obese or you need to shed some kilos. So that will sort you out. Then it has proteins in it. It has 22 amino acids. And that's very, very important. Somebody with diabetes is forced to avoid so many foods that might otherwise be beneficial to the body. But when you take NeoLife Shake, and you need to take NeoLife Shake, whether you are losing weight or not, it doesn't matter, because the only time you lose weight with NeoLife Shake is when you replace 2 meals with it. But if you take some shake and you eat your food normally, then you're able to maintain the body, and it helps you to cut some bad cholesterol in your body, and it also feeds the cells. And you know, the protein in the NeoLife Shake helps to gives your body the antibodies, so that now the body can be able to fight disease. So NeoLife Shake is just amazing for diabetes, and it's also good for losing weight. If you want to lose weight, you can actually use it. And it employs what we call the glycemic response technology, which actually helps to minimize fat storage and promote fat burning. And it also has the exclusive ProtoGuard process, which actually maximizes nutrition in the body. And it has antioxidants as well in the body. So it's an amazing product that you just need to get for yourself, for your family. Last but not least, we have NeoLife Tea. NeoLife Tea gives you a lot of energy. It's made from herbs. It has green tea and other herbs in it. And it has antioxidants. It has a bit of caffeine. So I always tell people, if you don't take caffeine, don't take the NeoLife Tea. And it actually helps in fat burning and ensures efficient metabolism. Actually, when you take the NeoLife Tea, you'll find yourself running to the toilet quite a bit during the first days, especially for a long call, because it flushes out the system very, very quickly. So these 2 products can actually be used for burning some weight. If you need to shed some kilos, you can use these 2. But as we have seen, you can also use the NeoLife Shake just for health purposes. Now, children's nutrition. We saw earlier that our kids are also prone to getting diabetes. What can we give them? Now, for the kids, that's a program for children. We are talking about salmon oil. We are talking about Vita Squares. We are talking about VitaGuard. Vita Squares is like your TNN. VitaGuard is like your carotenoid complex. Very, very important for boosting the immunity for the kid. Then for infants, you have your Liquivite. So this is like taking the Pro Vitality pack right there in front of you for the kids. Now, for the kids, we would also need to add fiber. We would also need to add the zinc. We would also need to add the other products that we have looked at. And another product that which is not here, which is very, very important, is Aloe Vera Plus. Aloe Vera Plus is a drink that actually controls sugar levels in your body. It also relaxes the body. It actually makes it the body less stressed. You become less stressed. You manage stress by using Aloe Vera Plus. So those are the products that you need. A few things to remember: stop diabetes. It's becoming very, very rampant. Change your lifestyle to prevent diabetes. Very important. Invest in your health today or your sickness tomorrow. I always tell people, you will either take supplements voluntarily or you will take them by force later when you get a problem with your body. The choice is yours. Remember, a stitch in time saves 9 later. So you'd rather take it now because you can control the situation rather than when you fall sick, then you have to run around and try to fix the problem. Your body will be around a lot longer than that expensive handbag. So invest in your body. Your health is an investment, not an expense. The best investment you can make is in your own health. Okay, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Now, NeoLife has many other interventions, solutions. In case you're on the call and maybe diabetes is not your thing, we have other issues that we do have solutions to, whether it's bone and joint health, stress management, sharper mind, weight management, heart health, energy and fitness, men and women health, fertility, libido issues, hormonal imbalance, PMS, menopausal challenges, and children health. And we have a fantastic farm product called Supergrow that gives you organic crops. Now, if you're on the call, there are several ways you can partner with us. You can join and become a seller of the products. You can decide to register and become a consumer, or you can become a business builder, or you can decide just to become a customer without registering, and you'll be buying from the person who has invited you. Whichever your decision, we are happy with it. But the key thing is, and what I always encourage, is for you to join and become a business builder, because you get so many other benefits, whether it's personal growth, leadership development, international travel, retire healthy and active, build lasting relationships, and residual income. All that is available for you if you decide to do it as a business. I have done it as a business, and it has made a big, big difference in my life. And now we are going to go into a session whereby I want to invite our guest speaker. And this is a gentleman that I respect, and he's a guy who is doing very well in our company, and he has a personal story with diabetes. So without further ado, I want to invite Clement on board. Clement, karibu, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fred and the team. All international. I'm sure there are different people logging in from wherever you are in different countries. I'm Clement Bonanibucha, and I'm married to Annette. We live in Uganda, in Entebbe here. We are blessed with one daughter. This business found me when I was sick. I wasn't diabetic, but I had a lot of allergy, nose bleeding, and chronic headache for over 20 years. I had tried different medications pharmaceutically, but I hadn't been helped. But when I use the NeoLife products, especially Pro Vitality, by that time it wasn't packed fully Pro Vitality. I used 3NN, carotenoid complex, omega-3, chelated zinc, gallium complex, multiminerals, and some few. In a period of 7 months, those challenges reduced by over 80%. As I talk now, I'm free from nose bleeding. I'm free from allergy to fuel, because I never used to travel in a car. I would go vomiting in polythene bags. But because of NeoLife products, I'm no longer vomiting. Also, to tell you, my wife is pre-diabetic and has been pre-diabetic for over 20 years because she's born from a diabetic family. Though she had tested for diabetes for many years, but they hadn't discovered it. But when we married in 2019, I introduced her to NeoLife products, and she started using these different products: NeoLife Shake, Botanical Balance, CoQ10, fiber tablets, 3NN, omega-3, Pro Vitality, because we used to use a variety of them. Actually, the products we use, they calculated them, they are over 10 million Uganda shillings. But we're using them because we never wanted to make a mistake in our health. She would stay without covering herself in the bed for over a long time. That is one sign of prediabetes and diabetes. Somebody will not cover him or herself because of constant heat. Then piercings, or some as if they are stitches sticking in the, or stitching in the foot. That was her challenge. And also thirsty, a lot of thirsty, and many others which Fred has explained, those characteristics of diabetic people. She had most of them, over 80%. But after using these products I have mentioned, over a period of 1 to 2 years, the challenge reduced by 70%. That's what I can say. But I'm sure after using the products for over and many years, she will be free. She will be free because our products work. They work really. So there are other testimonies I want to tell you about diabetes. We signed up a downline in this company. That was December 2021. Had a mother who was diabetic, real diabetic, and had been on treatment for many years from a senior hospital in Uganda here, being visited by senior medical doctors. But diabetes had even reached at an extent of damaging her eyes. And the solution was not there. She wouldn't walk actually. She wouldn't even travel in a taxi, what you call matatu in Kenya, to come to Kampala for even fellowship. But after using the NeoLife products, especially Botanical Balance, Pro Vitality, Omega-3, zinc, carotenoid complex, CoQ10, she used them for over 60 days. I'm assuring you she was able to travel from a distance of about 100 kilometers to come to Kampala by herself, when she had stayed for a long time without coming to Kampala because of diabetes. She developed a lot of energy, serious energy levels. So we really thank God so much for NeoLife products. And also, when somebody saw that success story, actually, the lady who saw the mother of that downline of mine improving, she just told my downline, please give me the products you gave your mother. The presentation was done by somebody improving because of using the products. So we gave her, my downline started giving that lady also NeoLife products, especially the Pro Vitality, NeoLife Shake, and Botanical Balance. She wasn't liking NeoLife Shake much. She was using NutriShake, Pro Vitality, and Botanical Balance. She was weak, very, very weak. She's a teacher in Kampala here in Uganda, and had been with serious diabetes for over 5 years. I'm telling you, after using those products for 3 months, the lady is now energetic, and she keeps ordering for Botanical Balance, NeoLife Shake, NutriShake, but now it is not there. She will be using NeoLife Shake, Pro Vitality. She likes the products, and she has a lot of energy. The way I see her these days, she's not the way she was. or she used to be. Another one still was a client of my downline, and that client had been with the diabetes and hypertension for many years. Is the old muse, but the lady had also got a diabetic wound or diabetic foot. But the son ordered for Pro Vitality, Botanical Balance, and NeoLife Shake. They also added care on the wound. They used the products for over 60 days. Those who were planning to cut that leg because of the diabetic wound, the leg survived. The leg wasn't cut. Yeah. So that is how really NeoLife products work. Some people maybe might have not seen what we call a diabetic foot, but it is really embarrassing. Yeah. That is how the thing was. And because of these stories, they also sent me somebody, I think about 5 days back. But still we have recommended the products for vitality and botanical balance and care. I'm sure we are going to get good results because they helped a client of my downline in Kampala here. And there are many testimonies which we have about diabetes. And what I'm telling you, or what I can assure you, if you want to help many people outside there, number one thing you need to do, let's use the products, because the products are the cores of everything in this business of ours. Let's use the products very, very religiously. Ndugu Fred, can you hear me and see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I was saying, let's use the products and use them religiously or faithfully. Number one, daily success habit. If we had not used the products, it can be embarrassing, by the way, if most of us distributors market these products and we don't use them. It may not be good. I like carotenoid complex so much. Actually, I've made it a habit. It will not miss anymore in my home. Carotenoid complex, omega-3, threonine, and many more. We use very many products. We have actually over 10 tins now, which we are using. I wanted to display them, but let it end there. We use a variety of products. And that's what has helped our business. Because if I can mention them here, we are using lipotropic adjunct, salmon oil, threonine, vitamin C, carotenoid, botanical balance, stage 6, multimineral, fiber tablets, Vita Squares for our child, Better Guard, NeoLife Shake, and then the home care and skin products. We are really using the products, and that's what has enabled our business to go very far or to go very fast. Because of that, I want to show you that when you use the products, you even attract downlines who can be like you. This month, actually 3 weeks ago, I signed up, or I sponsored a distributor who had allergy and asthma for over 5 years back, but has been visiting different hospitals and doctors to be helped, but in vain. But as I talk, he is about to make 700 group PVs, actually personal PVs. And before Thursday, I'm sure he will have made 1,000 PVs because he's using the products as a family. He has bought the products for the madam. Madam has hypertension. Also has bought products for the daughter. The daughter has heart diseases. He had swollen legs for over 5 years. Had visited serious medical doctors in Kampala, Uganda here. But they would not, give the solution to the swelling of the legs. But they had said that she had blood vessels which had narrowed genetic over when she was being born. But she used the Pro-Vitality, CoQ10, Lipotropic Adjunct, and NeoLife Shake just for over 12 days. But they gave me a report yesterday that the legs have started, the swelling has started reducing by over 50%. So my downline was crediting the work of CoQ10 so much. And when Ndugu Fred was teaching about CoQ10, I was really giving him a credit. So let's use the products, because when we apply success habit number 1 using the products, then success habit number 2 will come automatically. Share the products and the opportunity. By the way, sharing the NeoLife products and opportunity is simple, especially with online. And what I want to assure you, the company has put for us all the avenues onto which we should share the opportunity and the products. YouTube, TNL, back office, everything is there. The status, daily talking. When you meet somebody, maybe in a matatu, you meet somebody somewhere, you are waiting the train, talk to that person. Charlie has taught us a lot of things in as far as prospecting is concerned. So by sharing the products and the opportunity, then you will grow your business. As I talk, qualifying as a director these days is not a hassle for me. Actually, by tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, I may be over 4,000 PVs, qualifying PVs. But in those PVs, there is only 1 5 jerrycans. I mean 1 5-liter jerrycan of Supergrow. The rest are healthcare, cleaning products, care products. Because of practicing these daily success habits. And mostly my business is done online. It's done online. I'm counting actually 14 days, which I have spent without stepping in Kampala. But I'm seeing a lot of success in my business. So as Ndugu Fred said, that we can do the business and change the population. Number 1, based on health. Health is very important. Health is very important. Once you change some people's health, the business, because they are the ones who even spread the information, I say that you can get other downlines or even other product users. There is a lady, my OG in Chambogo University. I signed her up in this business 2020. But I had followed her up for over a period of 6 years without starting. But when she started and used the products and they helped her, she has recommended for me people, those of cancer, those of joint, those of heart. I'm wondering, what is this? How my business is moving? Because of using and mastering the products and belief. Then another thing is personal development. Personal development is very important. Yeah, that is daily training. The company has put all avenues for training us. When you go to back office, you can train yourself and you may think that is maybe even enough for you. You go to TNL and you watch those video clips, the audio clips. There is an audio clip about glycemic response control, which was developed by the Scientific Advisory Board. They are explaining about diabetes. And most issues which Ndugu Fred has been highlighting, they are there. What I do, I always make some audios into those things. Then I send them to people on one-on-one, and they listen. You end up sponsoring some people and also growing the team. So I'm assuring you, and I'm very confident that my business is going to take off to a world team, to 1 Ruby, 2 Ruby, and I'm sure it will go to PT. Many people have done it. We can also do it. The guests who are on the call, remember, I also started when I was new. And I'm assuring you, I started in the period when online was not there. Contacting people was not easy like it is now. But for you, if you can come to NeoLife, there is online which can simplify your work. It has simplified people's work. I've interacted with different people who are using online. Grace Chege has taught me a lot, and many, many others. So thank you very much for listening to me, and may God bless you. There is a generator here. I don't want it to interact us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Clement. You've really given a lot out there. You've really taken us through, and we've learned a lot. And I know especially even the distributors have benefited a lot from what you have shared. They have learned a lot. They can now go out and build their business. And bottom line, use the products yourself. Don't be a salesman. Use, use, use. So we have come to the end of our session, and I want to thank Clement for actually zooming in and talking to us. And I also want to thank you, the distributors and the guests, for zooming in. And if you're interested in the business side and you want to learn more how you can make money, as you can see what you have been shown right there, you can become rich online without even leaving the comfort of your house. You can actually do this and make some serious money out of it. If you're interested to know how that works, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we'll be having a Zoom presentation with our leader from South Africa, Pascal Olo, that you can just zoom in and get to learn a little bit more about that. Otherwise, next week we'll be back again. We'll be talking on a different aspect of health. So make sure you come on board and also invite a friend out there who can also learn. Remember, join us on the mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place. That's the mission of our company. This video will be available a little bit later today, so you can actually listen to it and share it with a friend so that they can be able to be empowered. Remember, a candle does not lose anything by lighting another candle. And that's a motto that I live by. So guys, have a blessed evening. God bless you. We'll see you again next week on Sunday. That is for those that we will be meeting tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the evening meeting. So thank you again, Clement. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and bye.
Bye, everybody.